Hello everybody, I am back with a bonus clip. So 2 weeks ago, we did an episode about personal style, and the goal for that episode initially was to collect a few responses from our viewers and listeners, asking them about their personal styles, and the idea was that Sonika and I would go through them, talk about them, see if there were any similarities, but we weren't able to get enough responses, so I promised that I would address my responses that I got from my friends in this episode, or rather the episode that I just put out. But since it didn't really fit, since talking about personal style didn't really fit with the theme of my episode, I decided just to make a bonus clip separately, addressing them and going through them and talking about them. So here we go. This first one is from my friend Gabby, who, if you don't remember, was a guest on episode 4. So she says, "Hi, I'm Gabby, and I'm an incoming freshman at Texas A&M University. Something fun about me is that I wanted to, and still kind of want to, be a forest witch and live in the woods and write a book. But honestly, I don't feel like my personal style reflects this. I love the color yellow and try to incorporate it in all of my outfits. I like bright colors, bright makeup, and flowy outfits, which is super different than what I dressed like in middle school as an emo kid. I guess that's why I like big colors and florals now. My personal style kind of helped me evolve and helped me a lot with my confidence." We did talk about this a lot in the style episode about how, in middle school we had this really weird transitioning phase, and in high school we just, I guess, became the more true versions of ourselves. And the color yellow. Okay, the color yellow is just so... It's so... Again, obviously, we all associate yellow with being happy, but I think it's also a very empowering color in a way. And interestingly enough, okay, I have this pair of flowy yellow pants. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I'm literally going to get it, right now. Yes, they're right here. They look like they're not pants, but they are pants. And yeah, I think I totally agree with that. Yellow is very fun, and it's experimental. I think nowadays people are starting to experiment with color, since, I don't know, times just seem kind of hard, and fashion is something that can keep us grounded and keep us happy. And admittedly, bright colors and bright makeup is just, I can't do makeup at all. It takes me 20 or so minutes to just do winged eyeliner right, because I have this weird, there's something weird about my eyes. When I got surgery, on my eyes, just for bad vision, my right eye had this issue, and it's hard for me to see out of it in the center. And so if I hold my hand over my eye, to do eyeliner like this, it's hard for me to coordinate everything. So I really admire people that put in the time to do makeup every day. And I've been watching makeup tutorials recently because the process is so interesting. And I remember meeting this girl in my U.S. history class who said that makeup for her was like art, and it was on her face. So it was very fun for her to do that every day before school. And I think I've had a greater appreciation for people who do makeup. And florals. Gabby also mentions florals. Florals are just, I don't know. I know that Sonika and I have talked about this before in the past, but florals really are sort of this sub part of embracing femininity. I feel like I used to sort of just repress that in the past, but I totally agree with big florals, because you either go big or you go home. Being a woman is it's just so great, I guess. And embracing that has been very eye-opening and fun, and it helps contribute to personal style a lot. So there are a lot of things that I agree with her on that. And as for living in the woods and writing a book, okay, Cottage Core, as we've mentioned before, Cottage Core is in. It's back. And in contrast with Gabby's personal style, I got another response from Alicia. So Alicia says, "Hello. A fun fact would be that I snapped my instrument in half once." She's in orchestra, by the way, so, oh man. Man, I can only imagine. That's something else. But she continues to write and say, For my style, I like neutral colors and dull versions of bright colors. I tend to gravitate towards solid colors in clothes and decor items rather than patterned pieces. I really like vintage aesthetics with books and brown colors too. Generally, I prefer things that are simple and practical instead of too flashy to decorate my room. I feel like things that are too flashy kind of break the vibe. I'm actually sort of in this line with her as well. I sort of tried to experiment with bright colors, but as I mentioned in the style episode, darker colors like black tend to be very comforting, and dulled down versions of certain colors just make me feel at ease, and they make me feel comfy and just like really nice inside, even without being very bright and very warm. So I definitely relate to dull versions of bright colors. That's definitely sort of the lane that I'm in. And patterned pieces, I don't buy a lot of patterned pieces. As Alicia also mentions, like she's more on the simpler side, more minimalistic, I guess. Patterned pieces are just hard to coordinate, and in general, when you try to, you can only really wear them with solids unless you're just very bold and you do pattern on pattern. But pattern on solid is usually the way that I kind of go, and if I have a patterned piece, which I do have a few, I only wear them with certain things. I don't wear them with like, I don't mix and match very often. I have to wear that one patterned piece with that one other thing. So it's just super hard to coordinate, and I'd rather have multiple solids and multiple layers of just the same color palette, I suppose. In vintage aesthetics, she also mentions, I love how vintage things are coming back. Styles from the 80s, 90s. I remember there was a dress-up day at school where we had to do, it was like Decades Day, if you guys have done this before, where the seniors were going to dress up in 90s clothes. And I remember looking up what 90s clothes were, and it was, that's what most of my wardrobe was. So I just wore something that I would normally wear, and it wasn't super noticeable. So I think everyone is sort of trying to go back to that time period and relive it through personal style. So these were two responses that I got. Actually, admittedly, these were the only two like very thorough responses, and I thought they were pretty cool. I got to learn a new side about some people that I knew, and hopefully you guys enjoy this little bonus clip. Again, like my episode that came out is very it's just very chaotic, and I had no idea where to fit this, so I just decided to record this now. Again, if y'all haven't listened to the episode, our socials have updated, so we are now at Card rather than Linktree, so make sure to visit armbridgepodcast.card.co, and we will see you guys again next week on Tuesday with another episode. Okay, bye-bye.